It was late in the night when I awakened from my sleep. Everything was quiet and no one else was awake. Things were calm as I rested on the bed. Then, I looked at the bedroom window, and it was then that I noticed that something was there. It was a spider, the biggest one I had ever seen. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then, it started to move. It made me a bit uneasy, but at that time, I thought I was safe until I realized that it wasn't outside. The 8-legged creature started to float through the room. Tension started to rise as I watched it move slowly through the area. When I realized that it was coming toward me, I became fearful. It kept drawing nearer and nearer, and I stood up on my bed and I took my blanket and tried to beat it down as I started to cry. I told it to go away, but it wouldn't go away. It seemed unstoppable. I left my bed and I ran out of the room, screaming in terror. The hideous creature chased me down the hall, and it wouldn't stop. Then suddenly, there was a light at the end of the hall, and as I ran toward it, I noticed a man standing there. He was an unusual man, like nothing that I had ever seen before. He was quite tall, and his complexion was unique. His eyes were as glistening amethysts, and his hair was as dark as the night sky. I noticed the stern expression on his face as he looked in my direction, but he wasn't looking at me. Then, he spoke.
Stop.
When I turned around, I noticed that the spider was no longer behind me. It was gone. I looked up at the mysterious man who held his hand out to me. At first, I was afraid to approach him, but then, realizing that he made the spider go away, I approached him, and then I thanked him before I gave him a hug. He picked me up before he spoke to me.
It's gone now.
He took me back to my room and put me on the bed. At first, I was afraid to go back to sleep. He reassured me that everything would be okay. Then, he sang the most beautiful lullaby I had ever heard. His voice was as calm and gentle as a summer breeze. I tried to stay awake, but the soothing sound of his voice caused me to become more relaxed. And then, I fell asleep.